Definitely. I think just taking it back for our coaching staffs, like our program in particular, we haven't had much turnover, and when sometimes players had to leave discipline reasons, sometimes maybe the playing time couldn't match up to what they wanted, but guys that you didn't want to lose and were valuable, we haven't had many that we've lost. And whenever you do, I mean, that just tears at a coach because you feel like you didn't do your job. I think with the portal, we've all gotten used to a lot more turnover in a hurry, and not to take things necessarily personal. I was just on NABC call, and the Auburn coach said they had 11 guys they had to replace, and to me, it starts with prayer, because you don't have 3-4 years to evaluate guys, and you have to hope that the information you get is accurate. Because at the end of the day, it's a team game, and you got to bring in people that fit your culture and university. And at Baylor, it's preparing champions for life, spiritual, academic, character formation, and athletic. And then you, from there, if they fit your university, do they have what you need? And maybe a lot of times you start with, okay, what did we not have enough of the previous year? And right away, length and depth was something that we didn't have as much of. And with this roster, we were able to fix that, and at the same time maintain bringing in people that represent just our culture and how we want to do things. So really excited about working with them. Definitely once season ends, it's like finishing a final exam, and then you go into recruiting a whole roster. I think what we need to do is get a post of, instead of X'd out, one here, as we replace them all, because we were really blessed to end with how we ended. Yeah, prayerfully, a lot of stability. So, I mean, at the end of the day, everybody wants to know what the rules are and have some structure and guidance to work in, and that's the intention of this. So, at the end of the day, hopefully you see people. You're always going to have people leaving when you don't have to sit out, but I don't think you'll see the mass exodus that we've had recently. Yeah. I mean, when I say you expect it, people are going to leave. Rob obviously was someone we had an agreement with, so when you make an agreement, you think you're done, and obviously that was a surprise to us. But again, staff did a great job in putting together a roster and team, and that's part of hopefully the house settlement. You get to a point where you know who's on your team, and when they're locked in, so that you can build a team.
You mentioned, obviously, depth was a little bit of an issue. When you look at how this team sort of fits together, obviously you won't really know everything until you kind of get them on the court. But, you see that this looks like a deeper unit?
Yeah, I think when you start with depth, Jake Lindsey taught me when he was with the Jazz, the best ability is availability, and making sure that you have depth, and obviously can't do anything about ACL injuries and whatnot, but hopefully bringing in not only talented guys, but guys that have been durable, and hopefully can play the whole year. And we've had 4 straight years of season-ending ACL injury, and previous to that, we had only had 1. So hopefully we don't have any season-long injuries, but the size, the length, the depth, the durability, and with all the technology too, I mean, you just find a lot more injuries and illnesses and things that before you wouldn't necessarily know about.
I know last year you had 9 newcomers, but you also had a couple of guys coming back that had started.
Yeah.
I think you had 0% of your scoring coming back this year. What did you?
0.0.
I think it was 0.0. Yeah, 0.0. What do you think maybe you learned from that experience? I mean, that was probably the most
Yeah.
since the early
Yeah.
on days, but now it's a whole different
Yeah.
situation.
And I think everything is relative. If you face teams that had a bunch of 3 and 4 year guys, that's a definite advantage. But if a lot of teams have turn, then everybody's kind of in the same boat. I think coaches have tried to with the amount of turnover, probably tried to simplify things, not put layers and layers of things in, and at the same time recruit players that have come from programs that have done things maybe similar to how you've done them, or have a good foundation to build off of. With that, I think this summer playing in the university games is huge for us. Not just the games, because not all our players will be able to play in those, but the practice time will be a really big advantage for us. And hopefully coaches' jobs are to put guys in positions to be successful. Well, you first have to know what they can do to see and put them in positions, and that's what we'll be able to do earlier because of the university games.
Kind of seemed like last year, when we were, we actually had to gather around here because the mics weren't working. But, last year it was almost like the players didn't have that prove it mentality. Like walking in, you got Jeremy Roach,
Mm-hmm.
BJ, like these high profile guys. Now
Mm-hmm.
this year it's almost these under the radar guys that
Mm-hmm.
are good and you got a lot of depth. Is that
Mm-hmm.
kind of a prove it mentality? You think that's the identity?
Yeah, we're hoping that definitely helps, and against people that are still in college have something to prove. Otherwise, they'd be in the NBA. So I think everybody comes in wanting to achieve more and get better. But I think especially people that have not played at the Power 4 level, there's a little more edge to you to show that you belong at this level. And at the same time, we've had some guys that have really done a great job coming from high majors to here, and then we've had some guys that have really done a great job moving up. There's no exact science. I think basically every staff looks at players, and then you get to prioritize. Do you prioritize harder worker? Do you great teammate? Like what categories do you put people in, and what value do you put on that? And I think the players that have come into Baylor and been the most successful have all worked. And I think we got a good group of workers. Last year, I thought we had a good group of workers, and I thought the depth hurt. And that not only hurts in what you can do work-wise, but ability to play 5-on-5 and get better in practice. I think this year we'll be able to, because of the depth, get better in each and every practice because you can compete more.
When you guys signed Caden, I think you put out that it was your first
Yeah.
scholarship guy from Waco. What do you see from him?
Well, tomorrow will be our first day of practice. So, but what we saw in him was someone that left high school as a talented player, and then someone that really filled out, progressed, gained experience, did a great job at Wyoming and then Rice to average 10-7. Ken Palm Analytics did some great things there, getting the free throw line, offensive rebounding. But somebody that and everyone on this roster chose Baylor. And what I mean by that is they had options to go other places, but in the past it might be options to go other places, but now it's options and maybe more money. So really, you got to put your money where your mouth is. Like, I want to be here, and I look at Caden, someone that's going to be really, really prideful with that Baylor uniform. He's going to care about it, and even though he hasn't worn it before, he's grown up seeing Baylor basketball and knowing the importance and knowing just in the community to represent Baylor in a way that he can be proud of. And he's a great role model and example for so many people in Central Texas. And I know his mom's one of the best law school professors longevity-wise and well thought of. But she's going to have a hoarse voice come after games because I know she's going to be cheering loud for her son in Baylor.
Scott, was there some thought given to, I know everything's year to year, but was there some thought in building the roster that maybe had some guys that were going to be here
Yeah, I think you definitely have a combination. You try, and again, the great thing about sports is I always say there's a lot of different ways to get to four. 5 - 1, 2 + 2. I mean, there's a lot of ways to build a roster. You can go everybody returning and try to keep them together. You can try to have everybody that's in their last year and go really experienced and old, or you can do a blended model. And I think we have a good blend. We got guys returning, meaning like have capability to be here for 3, 4, 5 years, and then we have guys that have 1 year. But I think the common denominator is the Baylor fit, and we're not going to sacrifice that, and we're not going to bring in someone for a little more talent or this that doesn't fit what we're about and how we want to do things.
Heard you may have done some recruiting on behalf of Midway for their new coach.
Well, I saw Matt the other day, and it was great looking at him. And whenever I see one of our former players start to get gray hair, it makes me feel a lot older. But it's going to be great having him back, and I know he's excited to come over and see the guys and cheer on the Baylor Bears because he helped in 2003 get this party started.
You avoided all the gray hair, or you just covering it up pretty good.
No, I lose it. So yeah.
When you look at, obviously the challenges of putting roster and everything has changed. Has it taken any of the enjoyment of coaching away from you? How's it changed
Yeah.
for you as far as wanting to be doing it?
Yeah, I can tell you that in full transparency, like we're getting off this NABC call, like how do we find some downtime? Because you look at it, season ends, you go right away to the portal, and that gets you to where summer school's here now. And at the end of the day, really, that gap in 2 weeks in August might be the only time you really get a chance to get downtime, where there's not an event to go recruit and people you're not bringing into campus and roster you're not trying to sign. So worried about the longevity of the game and the young people getting in, like how do we make it more sustainable? Because a lot of your assistant coaches have younger kids, and how can you do all this and make it all work? So the house settlement's a big start to that. And hopefully, again, as we can start to put some walls up and parameters up, then we can make it where it's best for all parties. One thing that I can tell you that always excites me is when you're around youthful guys, and we bring in guys that hopefully are energy givers, but that just, I mean, 18 to 23-year-olds, they got a lot of life to them, and it makes you have life. And the other thing is it's a blessing to be able to work with the glass half full or empty. In the past, it might only be 3 or 4 new guys, or 2. And now with so many, you have a lot to impact or have a chance to impact for good, hopefully, rather than bad.
You mentioned the house settlement. Talking with Mac, are you happy with your kind of piece of the pie, and do you think Baylor's set up to
Yeah.
succeed if Mac?
Well, the great thing is full belief and trust in Mac and Linda that they want us all to be successful, and they'll give us the resources to be successful. And then that allows me to just do my job. So our jobs are big enough that we don't need to do 2 or 3 other people's jobs. So that is a blessing. And the other thing is, since Mac and Linda have a seat at the table, they get to help formulate and share thoughts to make rules that are best for not just Baylor, but for other universities, and in similar boats, private universities, Christian universities as well.
You guys have had a pretty good run of Big 12 freshman of the year. Tunde, is he maybe next in line?
Well, he definitely has that capability and opportunity, and somebody that very similar to VJ as far as high energy, good motor, really athletic. I mean, if you win the McDonald's slam dunk contest, you got something to you. But similar to VJ, really embracing both ends of the court, and to be a defensive stopper is something that a lot of times in especially younger players, they don't really embrace it, nor do they wanna, and he does.
Speaking of DJ, obviously the draft later this month, obviously he's gonna go very high. Do you feel like Norchad may get a look?
Yeah, I know a lot of people like Norchad. They love his rebounding. I think he's one of those guys that will find his way in the league. It might be the back door, side door, but at the end of the day, rebounding is valuable, and he's as good as anybody. And whatever he left college with, double wise, I mean, that's not going to be passed anytime soon. So with him, he's going to continue to work, and the more you work, the better you get. And I think his skill level's gotten better and will continue to get better. And that's the last piece to his puzzle, to get to be somebody who can shoot 40% from three and do some other things offensively. But VJ, the highest we've had pick since we've been here, Epé at 6, and after VJ this year, we'll be the only program with 5 straight top 19 picks. And VJ's somebody that definitely I've gone to drafts and had to stay longer. I won't have to stay longer for him.
With VJ, you look at where you were a year ago when you got here and started to now. What have you seen in him in his progress that makes him even more prepared?
Yeah. Yeah, I think for freshmen, I think the universal, it's just being able to sustain the level of intensity required as long as they're on the court. And so adjusting to size, length, speed's one thing, but just the to be able to compete each and every play, it's a different level. And so VJ has that. He has more size, strength, athleticism. His shot changed, and because of that, he'll be a more consistent shooter. And he's somebody that his best basketball's 10 years down the road, not 2 or 3 years down the road, in his experience level, because, again, someone relatively newer to the sport. So whoever drafts him is going to get somebody that can impact the game on both ends of the court. And I think his ability to show that he could play with the ball in pick and roll situations, analytically, he was tremendous at the point for us. And that's something else that someone will be able to benefit from more and more of, because in high school he really didn't do that.
Scott, with Coach Armstrong leaving in particular, how important was it to bring in somebody like Coach Sanchez, and what does he bring?
Yeah. So first and foremost, he fits our culture, and great godly man, great family, and someone with a lot of experience at an elite level. I mean, what he learned and how he helped Dick Bennett and Tony Bennett win championships. Hopefully, he's got a lot more of them in him here, and somebody that is really humble and hardworking, and somebody that you guys will all love getting a chance to meet. He's been a head coach before, so he knows what that's like. But somebody that we've run similar type programs, a lot of consistency, similar cultures, and a lot of success on and off the court.
With the new roster, how beneficial is it to have the World University Games?
Yeah, any year you get a foreign tour, it's huge. But I thought the year that Davion, Maceo sat out, like that year, it was really beneficial to give them game experience for us, since we're returning 0.0 scoring, to give us all an opportunity. And again, the games will be good for those that can play in it, but the practices will be great for everyone. And then the one thing everybody leaves out is, like, you do these team bonding activities. There's nothing better than being overseas. That really brings you together a lot more than when you have all the distractions you do in the United States.
So who's your starting five in the room?
So our best teams have always had a starting rotation, and hopefully our depth provides us that. I hope I know everyone's name by November. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.